All right, all right. Hey, how you doing, everybody? My name is Ivan Collins, and we're here for another episode of AV Experts Podcast. We're here where we discuss everything going on in the audiovisual and IT industry. And today's a very special day. We've got a very special guest of ours who took time out of his day to come and speak to us about things going on in his world. And it's going to be a very exciting show. Before we get to it, we got formalities to get out of the way. This show is brought to you by Innoface Systems. Innoface provides state-of-the-art audiovisual solutions for government, commercial, and residential clientele. Give Innoface Systems a call for all of your audiovisual needs. Innoface can be reached at 877-721-4040. Again, the number is 877-721-4040. All right, so without further ado, let's get to it. Today, we have Bernard Davis of Xceed Networks. He's a networking expert when it comes to computer networking. And we're going to talk to him today and chop it up about some of the things that he's going through the computer network world. Bernard, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Yep. Hey, first of all, I just wanted to thank you very much. I'm really honored to be here joining you today. And I'm Bernard Davis. I'm with Xceed Networks. I am the Senior VP of Remarkable Services. Yeah. I am also the co-owner with my wife. And with that, I'm responsible for making sure that that we deliver the highest quality of services and support to our clients. I'm also responsible for the growth of the company and make sure that we're operating at a high level on every engagement.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Well, glad to have you here, Bernard, man. Thank you very much. So just in just a nutshell, what exactly is Xceed Networks? Like, what do you do? What is your specialty? Who's your customer base? Like, what is Xceed?
Yeah, so I can tell you how we got started, right?
Yeah.
So I was working in the field and have been for a number of years, over 20 years now. Nice. And I was working with a company that's doing exactly what I'm doing now. And they fired me, Ivan.
Wow.
They fired me because I objected to the idea of having to bill clients a minimum of 2 hours. Back then, everything in IT was billable services. You go to a client site, you fix something, you bill them about an hour, right?
Yeah.
And so their model was like, hey, you gotta bill at least 2 hours, regardless of what you do. And I was managing a team of engineers at the time, and I had to tell my team, look, whatever you do, it's going to take 2 hours. And I wasn't comfortable with that. I just wasn't comfortable with that. So I brought it up to the company, on more than one occasions. And long story short, they didn't think I was a good fit.
Wow.
So they let me go. And I've always wanted to start a business. And but frankly, fear stopped me. I was afraid to do it. I had to build up my faith a little bit. I had to build up my trust. I talked with my wife, and we stepped out on faith, man, with nothing.
That's awesome.
And we decided to start a what I call a one company revolution. Provide remarkable service with professional and skilled engineers at affordable price. Okay. Wow. I've learned that most companies, they want to work with somebody who they can trust.
Yes.
Who they can rely on to get the job done right the first time. And who's not gonna nickel and dime them. It's gonna charge them a fair price. And people willing to pay a fair price, they just don't want to be taken. And so my wife and I, we decided to just step out and do that. And so we provide, managed IT services to small and mid-sized businesses in the DMV area. We have a number of clients in not only Maryland, DC, and Virginia, Ohio, um, Pennsylvania, Delaware as
Very
well.
cool.
So
Nice.
yeah, so I'm excited about that, you know.
That's good, man. That sounds exciting. I'm sure that had to be kind of scary, just to jump out on faith and start a business from scratch. Had you been an entrepreneur or anything before doing that, or is it just was this your first kind of endeavor in the business world on your own?
It was our first endeavor, and it was scary.
Nice. Yeah.
And we had some rough times.
Yeah.
If my wife was here with you, she would tell you some of the days that we sat at the table, was trying to figure out how we gonna pay the mortgage, how we
Wow.
gonna eat, and it got tough. It got tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I knew it would work. I knew it would work, Ivan. I had no
Yeah.
doubt because not only did I have faith in God, but I have faith in the model that we were choosing
Yeah.
and how we was going to deliver our services. We invested in the right tools and services to manage the business, the same tools and services that Fortune 500 companies use.
Wow.
So we went out the box and said, if we're going to do it, we got to do it right,
Yes.
and we got to be prepared to deliver. A lot of companies start off and they sound good,
Yeah.
but they don't deliver.
Mm,
So
man.
yeah, to answer your question, yeah, it was scary, man. It was very scary. But we had faith and we had, trust, and we worked hard. I mean, we worked hard.
That's
There's no
very
substitute for that.
absolutely. Yeah. 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 And how long have you been in business now?
So we've been in business for over 13 years now in counting.
Man,
Yeah,
that's major. That's
yeah,
major.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. And
yeah.
I would guess that, from the beginning to where you are now, they say it kind of gets a little easier after you hear everything from year 2, year 3, year 5. Like when did it start to kind of get a little more streamlined, a little more consistent for you about what you hear?
For us, so let me tell you my thinking in the beginning, right? In the
Okay.
beginning, I would say, okay, I'm looking at revenue and money and income from day to day.
Yeah.
After about 3 months, I'm looking at, okay, I need this much this week.
Yeah.
After about a year, we got to the point where, okay, we got enough for the month. So we're looking at revenue on a monthly basis, right?
Mm,
So I don't know. I would say after about a year, we got to a point where we say, okay, we can survive. We can do
good.
this. We can actually make it. Now we have some very good years.
Yeah.
We had some very bad years,
Tell me
and
about it.
yeah, but
Yeah.
we're still here.
That's good.
Um, yeah.
That's good. So what are your motivations? Like what do you, because I know for me, like I do a lot of books about business, for people like Zig Ziglar, and, Les Brown, Earl Nightingale. Like these are people that kind of keep me motivated on like the business front of things. Do you
Yeah.
use any of those resources? Like, is that stuff helpful for you? Like, what keeps you like on track in terms of being able to, stay motivated? Like personally, is it more spiritual? Like, what exactly is it?
Combination, but yeah, I read a lot of books. I read a lot of books, Good to Great,
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
yeah, yeah. Oh man, lead with the story. I'm looking over
Mm,
here now. I mean, leadership, scaling up,
nice.
um, recently I'm reading a book and the author fails. I can't remember the author name right now, but this
Okay.
book is about um, it's really about, on a common sense level, knowing your numbers.
Okay.
No, knowing your numbers, not real deep in terms of accounting, but in
Yeah.
terms of manage your business by the numbers.
Mm.
Know how much you're spending in terms of operational costs. What is your profit, pre-tax profit? What and then how much money are you paying yourself, paying others, and so forth. So that book's
Yeah.
it kind of helped me really focus on some goals and financially.
That's good. Yeah. That
Yeah.
kind of stuff is like, man, I will honestly say my first probably 5 years in business, I didn't really take that stuff seriously. But once I began to kind of take in and digest some of these people who've done this stuff before us, some of their
Right.
content, man, it's just been changed. I do a lot of
Yeah.
audio books, and because I'm on the road a lot and going off the job, meeting to meeting, the audio books are just amazing. So
Mhm.
yeah, man, that's good information. That's really good. Um,
Yeah.
so you say like managed services. Can you just break down what exactly is a managed service?
So, okay. So we provide everything in the IT space, from cybersecurity, cloud computing, remote backup, disaster recovery, remote access, all the
Nice.
way down to your day-to-day end user support and maintenance. What managed services mean is that we do that on a proactive approach, as
Mm,
opposed to a reactive approach. And so, for example, instead of we're waiting for a phone call because a problem have popped up on your network, or your system or application. You can, and we come in and we jump in, and we're the super IT hero and save the day, put out the fire, right?
yeah, yeah.
No, what we want to do is, efficiently put services and things around your infrastructure to prevent problems.
Wow.
We don't want problems to pop up, because when problems pop up, your productivity is down, your
Mm,
profit is down, your operation efficiency is down, your company is down. Even if
yeah.
it's just one person in an organization, that has a huge financial impact. So what we want to do is put the whole responsibility of those applications and systems and services of being up and efficient for you on us.
Wow.
And instead of you waiting for a problem to happen, we, on a 24 by 7 hour basis, monitor, look, detect, prevent, update whatever we can on a 24/7 basis, everything we can to ensure that there's no problems happen. And when there is a problem, we're notified. We
Wow.
don't we don't want to wait for you to call us. If we can put some alerts around that and say, hey, emails down, internet's down, the database isn't up, then we can move in. Oftentimes we've done it before people even gotten to work, because we've gotten an
Mm,
alert overnight and we resolved the issues.
it's
So
amazing. Wow.
things operate efficiently for you. And that's what managed services is.
That's
It's a
awesome.
proactive, preventive approach. And just to take it one step further, because everybody want to talk about money, right?
Yeah.
Instead of the whole approach of saying, hey, when you have a problem, you're going to come pay me to fix it,
Mhm.
right? So do I have an incentive to fix your problem when we talk about money? If you have a problem, I make money. So the more problems you have, the more money I make.
Mm,
There's something wrong with that dynamic, right?
yeah, yeah,
So
borderline unethical.
right. So we'll flip that whole incentive and says, look, we'll put together a framework of solutions.
Yeah.
and we put some metrics around those solutions, right? And if we don't hit those metrics, if you're not up, if you're not running, you don't pay us.
Wow.
But the other side to that is that we're going to build that box and give you a flat monthly fee. So you know what your billables are every month. You know what you're going to get every month. And if you don't get it, we're going to pay you.
That's incredible. That's incredible, Bernard. Let me ask you, what are some of the main problems or issues that could come up on like a small business network, or is security a big thing? What exactly do you run into the most? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I mean, you look at the news, security is crazy.
Yeah.
Cybersecurity threats have, escalated in the last year. And not only have it escalated, the target has started to twist from some of the largest corporations and go towards a lot of these small and mid-sized companies, because to them, they're low-hanging fruits.
Yeah. Man, I can't tell you like how many times a week I get crazy emails, to click on this Microsoft update and change the password, man. And I could usually sniff them out a mile away, but
right.
They are getting extremely creative in how they're like kind of trying to attack businesses for personal data. Yeah. Wow. Now, let me ask you, on the audio visual networking side, we've got this Internet of Things, which is basically used to be computers, printers, fax machines, and maybe a couple other IT related servers or whatever on the network. Nowadays, a lot of my audio products, man, are on the network. I'm talking about we're passing audio through the network, through the protocol AVB. Then they got another protocol called Dante. Audio is becoming a major part of computer networking. Do you run into a lot on your networks where you have to maybe subnet it or something like that, or has it been something that you've come across at this point?
So the bigger picture, right, is that with the digital revolution that we're experiencing now, right, and the shift that is bringing in social, political, and economic, stage, it's forcing us to see a convergence of audio, video, data, voice. So it's used to be combined, to a small box, each one of those. Now with the Internet of Things, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. So what we're seeing now is how do we build infrastructures, right, and solutions that seamlessly integrate audio, video, data, voice, and not only just from a technical perspective, but even from a company cultural perspective. So you and I are on Zoom now, and I know everybody now is working remotely. So we got this dispersed and detached team of people working together. So with the convergence of audio, video, data, voice, you now have an opportunity to communicate, collaborate, cooperate, and to continue to build your company culture within a virtual space.
Right.
We used to go to work.
Yeah.
Now we just work wherever we are, and we have the tools to do that. But the challenge for organization is, how do you keep your team a team? as opposed to individual silos.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with and you've been at the forefront of this convergence since day one. But what has changed recently is that now it's more well, before it wasn't financially doable for small mid-sized businesses. Now we can do it.
Yeah.
Now we can bring in those technology in a small mid-sized business space.
Yeah, because you used to have a piece of hardware that would do the decoding and encoding of the video signal. We call them codecs. But now with everything just being a software, it's
Right.
like a soft codec that Zoom, all you gotta do is download to your phone or your laptop, or we got a lot of people using Microsoft Teams, and
right.
you're in the game. I mean, even the federal government is using Zoom and Teams,
Right.
And I guess the question I have for you from like a computer networking perspective, is that secure?
So that is the challenge. So now that we have this easy access to a lot of resources and tools right here on our phone, on our computer, anywhere we go, we have to now protect that end user, that user and their devices from all of these more sophisticated cyber attacks.
Yeah.
And so now, instead of just protecting the network, you got to protect this device, because we don't want to. And when I say protect the device, we don't want to hinder people from being able to do what they have to do wherever they are on whatever device they use. But we want to put some things around it so that if they are compromised, that one, we can detect it. Two, we can mitigate it. Three, we can roll it back and remove it. And four, we can kind of what they call sandbox, isolate it from everybody else so it doesn't spread. Right.
Wow.
So it becomes, like I said, I mean, the whole concept of being in the office to out of the office, all these things now has expanded. And I mean, you're talking about Internet of Things, somebody could hack into your home video system and start to record. I've had many clients where they've had, security systems, and I've logged into their security system using default, passwords and things. So we
default.
Yeah. So
wow.
We gotta, and part of it is an education. Whenever you're talking about technology, with most people, is an educational process, because we use these words, VoIP and IP and codecs, and most people don't have a clue as to what we're talking about. So we got to share with them, how these protocols, these tools are able to not just protect them, but make them more profitable, make them more productive, make, from a business perspective, more efficient.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's good stuff. So a few more questions here. Where do you see computer networking, the internet? I mean, we got the metaverse. I did a show on the metaverse a few weeks back. Is that real to you? Like, in your opinion, like, what's the future? Where do we go from here in terms of like computer networking, the internet, everything that we're in right now? Where do you see us like 5 years?
Completely dispersed.
Yeah.
In terms of, it's kind of like what we're doing now, what we've seen now, that folks don't want to go back to the office. I mean, let's be honest. A lot of people don't want to go back to the office. Why?
Sure.
Because now we have seen that with the technology and where it's going, we can be equally productive, right? We can be equally, from wherever we are. We now have the tools to do that. And with virtual reality and analytics, you can create a virtual workspace in which we're all like sitting in a room, right?
Man.
We might have goggles on our on some device, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do see that we're moving now. We're all in separate workspaces and accessing each other through this media. I
Yeah.
can now see us all in a single virtual workspace that we access through this media. We can interact and collaborate and do all the things we need to do to work in this
Yeah.
virtual workspace. With the Internet of Things, it's gonna, right now we're talking about audio, video, data, and voice, but with the Internet of Things, our voice is going to be our operating system.
Mm.
Right? I mean, we see it now on TVs, right? You wanna watch, Denzel Washington, speak to it. All his movies pop up. You know what I mean? You want a particular product from a particular vendor, say it. Boom. That vendor pops up, gives you your special, vendor list, your licenses, all that. I mean, I'm just making up stuff as I speak, but the concept is that, virtual workspaces that incorporates multiple teams, right? And the integration of voice into controlling that space and
Mm.
and having access to the analytics of all this information so that you and I can make very good decisions about
Yes.
what needs to happen next.
Man, that's exciting. That's exciting.
It's
So
crazy.
yeah. I mean, it's like we're in the middle of a real virtual realities revolution type of situation.
It's a revolution. It's happening. We
Yeah,
see it. It's
yeah,
happening. Yeah,
yeah,
in that
yeah,
phase. Yeah.
yeah. So that's good stuff, Bernard. So how has the pandemic affected you over the last couple of years, man? It's been a little crazy out here. Like, how has all
Yeah.
of that impacted your business? How has it impacted you personally? Have you been good?
Yeah, so yes, we've been very good, and
Yeah,
I say that with a heart towards those who haven't been, who've
yeah,
suffered loss in their business, and more
yeah,
personally, man, loss with family members and loved ones. So,
yeah,
um, but business wise and personally, we've been blessed. I mean, one of
yeah,
the things that when we started Xceed Networks, right,
yeah,
we decided that, the ability to have remote access and to access the information you needed remotely was a
yeah.
core piece of that.
Okay.
So we built that into our managed services solution from day
Mm,
one. So
yeah,
when 2020 hit, and we started talking to clients about, hey, are you, as a result of what's happening, are you thinking about, transitioning to remote workforce or whatever? If so, we have some of the tools. We have the tools ready. We're ready to do it.
very
We,
cool.
we got access. We got remote access. It's secured. We got cloud computing where we can get to your access to your data, your databases. You can do what you need to do. Um,
Mm,
some clients, it was interesting. In the beginning, we had a couple of clients say, "No, we're not going. We're not. I need to have them here. It's hard enough to keep a track of them." 3 months later in 2020, they like, "Look, we got to go home."
they had to do it. It's just the world
Yeah,
was taking everything that way, no matter what they wanted. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So, and personally, I just say this. My wife and I mean, we went to BJ's, started stocking up, man, before it hit, and it was funny. We was and I'm not putting any plug in for any stores or anything, but I'm just saying we went out to get things, and we was walking and we saw people with masks, and we were like, wow, this is like the movies.
Yeah,
Folks are wearing masks, and now it's common.
it's so common, man. It's so
Yeah.
common. Wow,
So, so,
wow.
so we've been well, and we've been well. And I'm thankful for that.
Good.
Uh, yeah, yeah,
Good
and I'm
stuff.
and I'm still looking into um, how we can help clients, cloud enable their services and things so that they can continue to be productive outside of the office if they choose to be. I know people are coming back, but we want to have the flexibility to do either way.
Yeah, it seems like there's going to be some kind of high home work in office or something. I can see things kind of going. Mhm.
Yeah, you kind of broke up on me, but I think I got the gist of it. But you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hybrid. I see hybrid work being the direction we go.
absolutely.
Yep,
Absolutely.
yep,
Well,
yep. Well, awesome, man.
absolutely.
Well, tell the people how they can get in touch with you. Like, what's your website, phone number, whatever, man. Just tell the people how they can get in touch with you for your services.
Absolutely. So the company website is www.xceednetworks.com, and it's XCEED
Mm,
networks.com. We
awesome.
we play we play on the X. And let me just tell you real quick how we came up with that name, right?
Yeah.
So our favorite scripture is Ephesians 3:20, which
Okay.
says, unto him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think.
Mm,
So that's how we came up with the name of the company.
that's awesome.
Exceed. Yeah, but check out our website. You can also email me personally if you like, if you wanted to directly contact me at bdavis@xceednetworks.com.
Mm,
Uh, Obviously, if you need some help right away, feel free to email itsupport@xceednetworks.com. And on the website, you'll get the company number and some other information there. Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, is there anything before we close up?
I just want to
Question.
thank you. Yeah, I just want to thank you. I truly appreciate the opportunity to join you in this space here. And
Yeah.
I will say, respectfully that if anybody is looking for, IT guy just to come in and fix stuff and put a bucket under the sink, we're probably not the right fit for them. But
Mm,
if they want somebody, who will take the time, sacrifice the time to learn their company and help develop, systems and solutions around their
yes.
business, we'll gladly, do our best to not only meet, but exceed that that goal.
Yes, indeed. No, I love that. I love that. And man, listen, I really appreciate having you on the show. Thank you again for taking time out of your schedule to come and talk to us here. And yeah, man, good luck to you and your family. And I wish you all the blessings moving forward from here on out, man.
Thank you, and same to you as well. And thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. You take care, man. We'll be in touch.
Okay. All right,
All
Ivan.
right.
Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.